Okay, y'all, we're back. Season 2, Episode 8 of PValley, honey. And I'm finally darn going now going to be on a cohesive darn on schedule and starting to get these videos out in a timely manner. After damn near 2 months, this demon has finally gone back to work. Earlier than I thought, because I thought training was going to be a whole 4 days like it was at Pilgrim's. 4 or 5 days. But for the plant that she's at, it was only 2 days of training. She now is at her regular shift. I thought it was going to be something like, oh, she has like just 3 days of training, 3-4 days of training, and then she comes back next week and start her shift up at her regular time, which is going to be from like 3 o'clock in the afternoon to like 2 something at night. But she started that today, so honey, we are now free and back, honey. I love this part right here. Honey, when she was at the hotel, I had to darn gonna try to do my videos between 8 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The afternoons are better for me, honey. So, whew, I'm so good. I'm so grateful on that. Another thing is we done switched up the brand, y'all. I have switched over to Pure Aqua, and what is the other one I have from IGA? So yeah, Pure Aqua. It's not sparkling, it's just flavored water. Oh, well, this one got a sparkle to it as well. Okay. But nowhere near as much as the Clear American. Now, I still drink the Clear American, but I've been trying to wean myself off of that as well, because it does contain aspartame. And yeah, aspartame is very controversial. It's not necessarily toxic, but it's not something that I ideally want to consume so much of. So I still drink Clear America, but I wanted to branch out into something that was just as good but aspartame free. And the reason why is that is because my waters, it has helped me get off of soda now for, let me see, May, June, July, August. 2 years and 4 months I have not had a sip of soda, thanks to darn going sparkling water. So shout out to Pure America. No, I meant Pure Aqua. Okay, now on to our regular schedule programming, honey. So we got Clifford cutting and designing C Murder's hair, and they end up having a back and forth in the darn going kitchen, and it seems like Murder seems like he's darn going having second thoughts about Clifford topping him raw and all this. And it's like, well, girl, the damage is already done now. And if you're worried about something as deadly as HIV, honey, they got pills and shit for that where you can take PEP and you don't have to worry about, I mean, still, you shouldn't be reckless or whatnot. Y'all, I can't wait till my skin gets back decent. Y'all know these hormones been kicking my ass with the skin, and me not being on my skincare regimen the past 2 months. That's another thing I got to get together. So I know y'all been seeing my darn going stuff going all the way through it, honey. Just give y'all a close up. Yeah, my lips are looking a hot ass mess. But anyways, hot mess of a situation going on with Clifford and Murder. They having trust issues, and is people protected and all this, that, and the third. I was like, oh. Moving on. A lot of projection, if you ask me. Murder's darn gonna really thinking about T-Keys being secretive because he don't want to tell Clifford and all this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, Maine is out on jail on house arrest and invites darn on Mercedes to the darn going block party. Then we go over to Autumn meeting up with Keyshawn to darn going get fake passports. She had to darn going steal her own passports. Steal her own birth certificates for her and the darn going babies to darn going get fake passports. So that is that. And she done mentioned how she done looked up Haley Corton, and Haley Corton is a woman that done died down in Texas. See, I thought it was Louisiana because I was like, well, shit, she high yellow, she got the exotic look and whatnot. She mentioned the flood. I'm thinking naturally, okay, Hurricane Katrina. But she said darn gone down in Texas. And I'm thinking like, okay, what flood did that? Now Texas did not too long ago had a flood around like 2018, so that could be the flood that she's talking about, because all of this is going on in modern present day. So if we think of it like that, now that does make a little bit more sense, because Houston, Texas did have a flood like what, about 4 or 5 years back. Just right after we darn dealt with our shit in Fayetteville, North Carolina, with Hurricane Matthew. Was it Hurricane Harvey that struck down Texas? Y'all tell me, to my Houstonians out there. I think that's what you call people from Texas, Houstonians. But yeah, that makes more sense that she would be from Texas. Although that accent, though, it doesn't sound Western. That accent sound like she from Tennessee somewhere. So I can see the inconsistencies with the accents and shit. Although, once again, the actress, for her to even put on an American accent is, incredible, because she is from, Britain. But yeah, she did mention about how Haley Corton's supposed to be dead, yet darn on Haley said, well, you speaking to her now, sipping tea in the bar. I mean, at the diner. Then we get over to Andre, lied about the daddy, honey. Said the daddy was dead. Turns out he's on death row, honey. And then darn going, I didn't know his name at first. Hell, I done lost his name again. I done watched several darn reviews of people after I did my notes, and I still can't get his name. Is it Corton? The mulatto boy? I'm just gonna call him the mulatto boy, y'all. He's darn going pissed off because he didn't know nothing about this, and then we see darn going, they reveal Pastor Woodsby's prostitution history, all this, that, and the third, and she just flat out owned it and used that to her advantage. Her numbers are soaring in the polls while everybody else is declining. Then we get over to Keyshawn manipulating darn gone Derek into darn gone going back to the paint, honey. He darn gone brought her some shoes that she faked and made it seem like they too small because her darn gone foot spread because of the children and whatnot. But she used that as a manipulation tactic to get back down to the paint. Autumn ends up going to the darn going, I forgot her name. I just called her the white HBIC because she's the one that really has the money and shit. She darn gone down there to the salon getting her hair curled. And I was like, now this bitch has some nerve. Both of them had some motherfucking nerve talking about, the hairstylist talking about, oh, you in the wrong place. Shanae's darn gone bar is down. Why do I want to keep saying the bar? Shanae's darn going, salon is down the road. Haley's talking about, oh no, I'm at the right place, honey. And then the other girl talking about, she sure is. Now she got a whole thing of she got rollers in her head from doggone soda. I was like, now you talking about somebody being ghetto. I was like, now if this ain't a direct rip off from black culture right here, cause these doggone rollers with the doggone soda cans and shit, that seem like something that we as black folks would do. So it's like you want to call somebody ghetto and shit, and yet you still in our doggone hairstyles. You trying to doggone get your lips filled up like us, honey. A lot of y'all bitches like to tan your skin to get to Haley's complexion and everything, and you want to talk about ghetto and shit. But darn on the HBI head white bitch in charge done to dismiss the girl, and hell, even the people who was darn going customers, honey, they got up and got gone too. They was underneath the hair dryer and everything. They even got up and left. I was like, honey, shit, is she on some mafia type shit? Honey, I was like, shit, the way the folks in the back got gone, I was like, I don't think they would have heard anything. They under the dryer, they all the way back. I was like, this is giving me darn on the Malones off of the darn on have and have nots type of tease, child. So the white girl thing, Haley was about to be taking the offer. She said, unless it got another $5 million on it, And then she darn gonna gives a backhanded comment talking about, I love how a woman knows her worth, but she needs to know when it's declining. I have enough funds and the power to wait out however many years that it's going to take. But you, on the other hand, don't have so much time. And sure enough, this raggedy bitch that I live with is trying to call me right now. Hold on, y'all. Let me call her real quick. Oh, shoot. Damn, my darn phone is on the... Hold on, y'all. When I tell y'all I can't wait to get out this damn house. And I need to update this phone. Like, at this point, I don't even need to have no corded phone at this point. Shit, I don't even know if I'm ever going back to a work from home job at this point until I get about this bitch. But, yeah. They arguing back and forth, and she was talking about you need to know when your worth is declining and this, that, and the third. Y'all talk about reparations. Here is reparations. I was like, now, first of all, you raggedy bitch, you as the darn on oppressor don't get darn gonna tell the oppressed the amount that you going to give somebody. Really, bitch? So darn going, she said if you walk out the door, honey, it won't be no more negotiations until the polls. Honey, she said, Georgia, Haley said, I'll see you at the polls, Georgia. And they're gonna sashay right on out the damn door, child. Then we over there with Woday. Woday done a, I did not know Woday was a mortician, y'all. How many of y'all actually knew that he was in the mortuary business? Okay, so they done fix teeth up, darn on nice. He don't look like somebody who done blew his brains out, like the gunshot wound and everything. I was splitting a lot more blood splatter, but then again, I said, okay, I guess it wouldn't be that much with a handheld gun as opposed to like a shotgun or whatnot. So it's not like he got shot with a shotgun or an AK-47 or some shit like that. Honey, hold on to that AK-47 comment, because, honey, somebody did get... Hold on to that, though. But, yeah, they fixed up his body pretty damn good, honey. Then we get over to Autumn and Clifford still having this power struggle. Autumn wants to see what Mercedes got, and honey, she ain't got it, honey. She flipping and flopping, kicking the darn going speakers off the stage. Barely can get her ass up on the pole. Still huffing out a breath. I was like, girl, child, you darn gonna... You giving Mama D type of tease, bitch. I hate to say it, but you giving darn gone Mama D type of tease. Haley said, girl, you ain't ready, honey. We need a new headliner. And then Mercedes is like, bitch, I hope you don't think these two bitches about to do it. Talking to Roulette and Risper. I finally got their names. I thought I was just calling the high yellow bitch and the one with the dick sucking lips, honey. The one with the dick sucking lips is Roulette, and the one with the darn gone white cootie cat is darn gone Whisper, honey. So, honey, in walks darn going M.I. crooked letter I, humpback I, right on motherfucking cue. To the shock of everybody. Honey, Diamond is in the background, loving up on Big Bone. Honey, he darn gonna looking mesmerized, cause honey darn gonna Mississippi done came in all dolled up and everything. Honey darn going, of course darn going, Cliff is conflicted because Mississippi is one of his bottom bitches. Now Mercedes is the top bottom bitch, but Mississippi ain't nothing to sneeze at, so he can't necessarily be mad. But at the same time, the circumstances which Mississippi came in wasn't ideal for Clifford. They end up arguing, and darn gone Clifford ends up taking all his shit out and darn going talking to his mama in the car. Mind you, the mama's dead. She's in the form of a ghost or whatnot. And it was funny talking about the Clifford talking about, I would have took the motherfucking speakers too, but I can't get them in my motherfucking darn gone Birkin, bitch. What else? Meanwhile, doggone the two strippers are mesmerized. Whisper and doggone Roulette got the Mercedes doggone lashes on and everything else. Roulette was inspired because, you know, being dark skinned and seeing somebody like Mississippi doggone make it, doggone gave her hope because once again we see the colorism dynamic. The people be lusting after doggone the Autumns and the doggone Whispers, but when it gets down to brown skin, not so much. So what you got with Mississippi is actually milk chocolate. Like Mississippi's around my complexion. Matter of fact, I want to say Mississippi might be a tad bit darker than me. So it's like you got a beautiful doggone milk chocolatey sister, you know, doing the damn thing, honey. Then we get over to Teak is buried and somebody from the opposing side is claiming that they murdered him. So the gang is convincing doggone Murder to doggone deal with him. I was like, oh Lord, now Murder, you was doing good now. You was doing good now. Don't do this. And then I'm assuming that doggone Roulette did a misspoke because she ended up talking about, because once again we see doggone Mercedes trying to do her best on this damn pole, right? After she done had her conversation in the back with doggone with Mississippi. Mississippi done found out nobody even used her locker. She still got her vanity and all of that. You know, her vanity bar and all that. And, you know, Mercedes couldn't help but, you know, feel bad because it's like, well, shit, if she back here, honey, she must not have no other choice. So, they done dead they doggone rivalry. It's really like a sister rivalry. There ain't never really been no hate between them two. But, yeah, Mercedes still trying to be the headliner. Honey, Haley Court Autumn broke the news like, honey, And then meanwhile, Roulette and them making jokes talking about, honey, she like doggone Granny she worse than doggone Granny trying to figure out the Wi-Fi, honey. And then Roulette said something about, we can't be like doggone Mercedes up here, a woman doggone struggling, 2001 doggone Mercedes. I was like, 2001? Now, I know this shit is filmed in real time because they talking about the coronavirus and all this doggone bullshit. Like, you don't mention... Now, see, the thing is, they could have got away with not mentioning... Because they keep touching on certain subjects and stuff that is dateable-ish. But they speak so vaguely where you don't really have an idea of what time frame they in. Because, like, even the technology, like, some of the technology seems dated. Like, Clifford got the old school camera set up. We don't... the phones seem like they're from the earlier 2000s. Like, we don't really see nobody with an iPhone or nothing. They don't really speak about any sort of modern day events and shit going on. So, it was like, yeah, this show could get away with not having the tape. But when y'all mentioned the coronavirus... It's like, well, shit, y'all done pretty much made it known that this is supposed to be a modern day. So, when Roulette said 2001, I'm assuming she meant to say 2021. So, that's a slip up that ended up making it through the cracks on the screen, y'all. I'm surprised nobody didn't edit and didn't darn catch that. But anyways, then we get over to... Honey, in the midst of Autumn breaking the news, the Mercedes, she runs out and ends up having to go back and forth with darn Miss Drunk Honey. Darn she done found... I was like, damn, I knew she was going to eventually find out about the abortion. I didn't think it was going to be the next episode. But I guess it does make sense considering that this is only a 10-episode season. And we are in episode 8. So we only had 2 episodes. So it's like, okay, bitch, move the story along. So, Mercedes finally stands up to Michelle. And told Michelle that, honey, she ain't going nowhere. She's going to be right here. Now, see, this is now the daughter ends up siding with Michelle and drive her back to the house. Now, all this time you was bitching and complaining about darn going Mercedes not doing enough to fight for you. Now she finally fighting for you. And you decided darn gonna go back with darn on Michelle's darn gonna drunk, wino, having no job, having ass. She want to talk about everybody else. It's like, has the bitch found a job yet? Can she pass a darn going alcohol test yet? Can you change that darn on outdated darn going Jerry curl looking weave up in your hair yet? You want to talk about somebody else. Like, bitch, bye. Then we get over to darn going Roulette arranging the hookup with old dude. Crystal done got her darn on into, because y'all know Crystal is one with the damn. Why I want to call the girl Crystal? Whisper has connections to the universe, and her third eye done said something don't feel right, honey. You should have listened to them third eyes and the spirits that was telling you something. But honey, they end up going through with it. Honey, first old dude thought he was getting a 2-for-1 special. Honey, Roulette shut that shit down real quick. Was like, now bitch, you ain't paid for no 2-for-1, honey. I'm here to make sure no shit goes sideways. So he ends up darn going snatching on the box, and then darn going throws the money down on the ground, $200 short. Of course, they go back and forth. He talking about she didn't moan right, and then that's when she had to check the fuck out of him, talking about, well, bitch, you ain't darn gonna used to eating Kool-Aid. You ain't give me nothing to really moan for. I can tell this is your first time at the darn going dealing with high darn going Kool-Aid. Now this is me putting 20 on 10, but she was giving that energy, honey, and Roulette just hyping the shit up, right? Next thing we know, honey, darn going man done the choke whisper the fuck out, and then we get. Honey, Roulette done pulled out a gun. Now, this is the shit I wasn't expecting. I knew she had a gun on her, but I was not expecting for this bitch to put a gun onto her own head and play a game of Russian. Honey, now we know why her name is Roulette. She let us know that she has her and Death is on first name basis. She don't mind going to the other side if need be. I was like, now what in the world would have happened if now Whisper would have been in a fucked up situation, because now you done committed suicide in front of her. You call yourself being badass. Now what if the bullet was meant for you? But it wasn't. Next thing she knows, she clicking the darn gone thing. Honey, they ended up stripping him down and everything else. She ends up putting the darn gone gun in his mouth to blow off the gun. And she said, now who has the dick sucking lips now? I said, ooh. Honey, she got you. Honey, I know that darn gonna embarrass the fuck out of him. I was like, oh, see now. He ain't gonna let that go. Because they darn gonna ran out with his clothes and everything. Stripped down the car. I like, if you think that he ain't gonna retaliate against this and he knows where y'all work at down to the motherfucking paint, you ain't always got that gun on you. And honey, if it's another situation like Murder Night where darn on Diamond ends up getting distracted, which I predict he more likely is between Big Bone and M.I. quick letter I, humpback I. Honey, and then Big Al's ass. If we can get him to darn gonna stop selling pills out the paint for 2 seconds to focus on also doubling up his security. Honey, I predict there's gonna be another darn gone Murder Night down to the paint. Down to the darn gone paint, child. You're going to end up getting Derek down there. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all my predictions. Derek's going to get down there and somehow find out and catch on to darn on Haley leaving. She's going to try to make up an excuse to bring the children down to the paint and say that the folks want to see the babies. Honey, that's when she's going to try to make her getaway. He's going to be at work, but he comes home early, finds the clothes gone and shit. She done got the clothes in the back of the car getting ready to go after her last night down to the paint. He comes and intervenes. Then Diamond darn feels obligated to step in, well, reluctantly as security in, because he still has a little thing for Mississippi. That's going, now we ain't got no security on guard. Then darn going Big Bone going to probably darn going be in the mix. Then Haley's going to get caught up in the shit. Cliff is in, all of them is going to end up getting caught up in the motherfucking shit. Now with Derek, because Derek darn going martial arts has probably be taking on darn going Haley, Mississippi, and darn going Diamond all at the same time, right? And then meanwhile, in the motherfucking paint, there's going to probably be a darn going shootout. with darn gone old dude coming back to get revenge on Whisper and darn gone Roulette. I don't think we might not see darn gone Roulette's ass come season 2. And then I found out that this was based off of a true story. Like, I didn't know that that PValley was made after a book. They say darn gone Mississippi actually dies in the actual book or script or the play or whatnot. It's like this was based off of something beforehand. So if it follows that play, honey, darn gone Mississippi might not make it out of this, and darn gone Haley might end up having to adopt the children, and then that's her redemption story of she lost her child and now she has to take on the children of darn gone Mississippi, honey. Those are my predictions, honey. But yeah, they got the full 2K, the car and everything done, stripped them down, left them butt naked in the hotel, child. Then we get darn gone Mercedes over there at the block party. They find out about murder. Murder done killed the boy. I done told y'all to hold on to that AR-15. Honey, he done shot the boy down. He didn't give a damn about, honey, the boy provides for the mama. He has a baby on the way. The other one's about to turn 6 years old. Honey, murder done darn gone lit his ass up. The other folks done got the body and shit. I guess to put on display for the game to know, honey, you want to claim bodies, here's the result. So now, Maine, who's a part of the opposite gang of murder, wants to retaliate, but honey, Mercedes convinces him to stand back because like, bitch, you still got the anchor monitor on. What you about to run for your ass to get darn on arrested? So he trying to shoot his shot with Mercedes. Mercedes cut it. I was like, damn. Mercedes, you almost had a good day. Honey, he's a step up from darn gone, well, physical. You know, he's a step up from darn gone coach, honey. I was like, well, shit, you gonna at least let him knock the darn gone cobwebs off the coochie, honey, so you wouldn't have to keep playing around with that vibrator of yours at the house. But child, she ended up darn gone friend zoning darn gone Maine, child. Meanwhile, we get darn going Clifford visiting the mother. We find out the mother done died somewhere. Now, we still ain't found out exactly what the mother done died from, because she was born in 1964 and she died in 1999, which will make her 35 years old. So, exactly what did she die from? I don't think it was cancer, because, honey, she still looked thick and luscious. Don't look like she had any heart issues. Like, I want them to touch, maybe in season 3 they might touch on, or did I miss something? Like, what did darn going Clifford's mother actually die from? Because 35 is too young to just die of natural circumstances. Then we get Patrice Woodbine hosting a virtual service. She receives a 10K darn gone donation and a note to darn gone meet somebody outside. And of course, it's darn gone Corbin. Corbin wants to, I hope I got the person right, the one that's biracial. He meets her outside because Clifford done had a conversation with him earlier talking about if you want darn gone Patrice out the race, the only thing you have to do is bribe the bitch. Now I don't know. See, now this is where Clifford is confusing me. Because in one instant it seemed like he's against the ideal of the pink being sold, but then he does shit that seems like he's in favor of it. Like at first with the darn gone percentage split of the darn gone company, he seems like he was like, okay, $10 million, 31% of that, that would be $3.1 million for me. So it's like he say stuff like that alludes to him being favorable towards getting the payout. And then other times he's at darn on Haley's neck. And now he darn going is finding a way to darn going knock Patrice out the darn on game, which would lead her darn going Autumn to being in a better position to darn going sell the paint. Because you know that she's in an established relationship. Well, she's seeing darn on Andre. So Clifford already knows about Haley and darn gone Andre. You know she darn gone looking for the $10 million offer. They already darn got the $5 million from her. So it's like, why in the world is you trying to make it where you darn gone putting Haley in a better position to darn going to be able to sell the paint. Like, I don't understand that. And she talking about the enemy of her enemy. Honey, Clifford ain't thinking straight, child. But Patrice ended up getting another large stack of money in one hand. And then we ended up seeing her get a bag of undisclosed money. So pretty much it's going to be safe to say she drops out. She might go as far as to endorse darn going Andre and darn going vindicate him of being connected with the father, because she gonna say something like, well, if y'all was willing to take me on for all the things that I've actually done, why not darn gonna take on Andre, somebody who is fortunate enough in spite of darn gonna coming from a drug addict, darn gonna mama and a murdering father, he still kept himself on the straight and narrow and was able to build himself up with the help of his father, the former mayor of darn gone Chucalissa. Like, I could see her darn gone doing a sermon of sorts and darn gone giving all her votes over to darn gone Andre, and then that would knock out the white boy, the brother to the half to the mixed darn gone child, and that shit. Then darn going old white bitch don't have no choice but to darn gonna give Miss darn gone Haley her $10 million. If she makes it out of darn gone Murder Night 2.0 down to the paint. Because I can tell you right now, there's going to be some shit between her with that Derek situation. Just hold on to that come the next 2 episodes. Roulette done met up with the white boy to strip down the car. And then we get the scene finished out with Murder in the studio with this devilish stare. I was like, I hope his ass is not stupid enough to convince. See, I don't get this shit. It's like certain stuff you just don't post it darn gonna touch on. Like, it hasn't since this darn gone shit is taking place in the modern day. Have you listened to the person who said, honey, the cops are darn gonna listening to the music, darn gonna waiting to darn gonna put a case on you to prove it. You basically snitched on yourself. Or whatnot. It's like, whoever sings that song about, honey, darn gone the folks darn gone listening to the music to prove it and all that shit. It's like, why is y'all rappers still darn going repping darn gone murders and shit that you done did, just confessing the felonies and thinking that it cannot be used against you because you utilize it in the form of music? It look like darn going Murder might not be around too much longer either, because it's like, honey, I can see them darn going, yep, come episode 10, honey, Clifford's heart going to be broken down to the motherfucking paint. Because I can also see, once again, Murder's inside the paint. He does a number with darn going Mississippi. Derek comes in and gets the hooting and hollering and finding out about that darn going Mississippi about the darn going leave with the children. Everybody ends up stepping in. Darn going, meanwhile, before Murder can run to Mississippi's aid, honey, some of the other gang members come up in and start some shit with him. But once again, security is MIA because darn gone Diamond's priority is going to be darn gone Mississippi. It's going to be a rematch down with darn gone Derek and darn going Diamond, honey. The battle of the D's, honey. Which D is going to win? Is it going to be the white D or the caramel Caribbean D, baby? And then, like I said, Haley's going to be thrown in the mix. Clifford's darn going all over the place because you got Mississippi in danger over here, but you got your boo thing in danger over here, child. And like I said, I can see darn gone massive gunfire down to the darn gone pink. Because once again, also going on around the same time, Roulette and Whisper's ass is going to be in danger. And then there's going to be a multitude of darn gone shootouts down to the darn gone pink, honey. Whisper and darn gone Roulette's going to be bobbing and reeving. Darn gone Derek's going to try to snatch out that good grade to weave out of Mississippi's hair. Darn gone Clifford is darn gone probably going to have to try to rescue doggone Murder. And then that's going to reveal the truth to you. As doggone Murder is laying down in a pool of blood, honey, he's going to go out knowing that then that'll be, he'll finally go out, everybody knows his truth. So he goes out and dies in doggone Clifford's arms down to the paint. And then that might be the doggone last death that was sparked to say, you know what, just sell the shit. Honey, my doggone uncle got shot right there, honey. My mother sung in the doggone paint, done died at the age of 35. Doggone Ernestine is in doggone critical condition. Do you really want to hang on to these painful memories? And now your love of your life done died in your arms down in the damn paint, honey. While doggone Mississippi done nearly doggone got killed, they end up killing doggone they end up killing Derek and everything else. Then y'all look over to your right, y'all didn't make it in time to doggone save doggone Roulette. Honey, doggone Whisper probably get her intuition and probably doggone, I can see this happening. Shit pops off with doggone Whisper gets an intuition. She sees old dude come. Old dude catches up with Roulette first. Roulette got a gun in the locker. Whisper comes back and doggone shoots doggone old dude. So if them two survive, it'd be due to Whisper somehow doggone getting her, or he ends up doggone catching Whisper again, and Roulette ends up pulling the trigger this time. But I think more likely one of them two strippers are going to get gone, if not both. And like I said, I can see just a massive display at the paint, and which will lead them to just starting anew. It's like, yeah, go on here and just tear all this shit down. We'll take final pictures and shit for the memories, and we'll just build up a new motherfucking paint, honey. Just give me my $3.1 million and let me doggone start anew. You know, this is holding on to too many spirits, because all of this is doggone propelled by the spirit of doggone Montavious. Driving up all the... Matter of fact, that will be a good season finale, because it will have the demonic spirit of Montavious in all of this. So it's like the only way to really expel that doggone energy is to burn it and cast it on out. Honey, you don't have no choice at this point but to doggone burn down the paint, sell the land, and build anew down further in Chucalissa, Mississippi. Because I'm sure there's still some land in Chucalissa that you can realistically buy and doggone put and build up a more up-to-date, more fabulous club for $3.1 million. So you will still have your legacy of starting anew, you know, and then you can have, you know, old pictures and shit that was from the regular club, from the first paint, and build up the new paint and start anew, and they're gonna still hold the legacy of what your forefathers and stuff brought down to you. They put you in a position where you was able to flip the doggone land and build yourself up and build generational wealth, which is what I would think your ancestors wanted any doggone way, which is the true definition of reparations, not just the act of handing somebody the money in general, like old white bitch tried to do. But that is it, y'all. Those are my thoughts for episode 8 and my predictions for the season finale. Y'all give me y'all thoughts. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon with more videos.